this chapter is chapter 8, entering patient data. So we're going to take the information from the profile and enter it into the computer. So this will be where we actually start using our NRX system. So we've already talked about where to find your objectives here in the front of the chapter as well as on the lab manual. So we've already talked about what a patient profile is, what's important in a profile, that it needs to be updated regularly because information can change. So whenever a patient brings in a new prescription, ask, are there any updates? And again, accuracy and completeness is vital. Now, the NRX software that you will be using will closely resemble pharmacy software used in practice. We also, in a few days or a few lab periods, are going to start using Pioneer RX, which is another type of software. We're just trying to expose you to software. The principles are pretty much the same. Most of them are Windows-based. You enter fields and populate information. There are a lot of different brands. Some are proprietary, like Walgreens has its own software system and CVS has their own software system. Independents may use something that's more commercially available, like Pioneer RX. Through the details of these programs, though the details of these programs may differ, the principles are pretty much the same. So please take note. In the NRX, the print screen button on the upper right hand corner of the screen can be used at any time. So if you want to capture something that you're working on and Miss Erin may tell you at certain times she wants you to print that screen because things don't save well, or she wants to see where your progress is. There are function keys. Those are the F keys at the top of your keyboard. F1 through F12 can be used to help speed up. So some of them have shortcuts, and they'll be listed in the field in each screen. The F3 is an easy search. However, in the NRX tutorials and assessments, if you wish to use the F keys, you must click the F key button on the toolbar. From there, you can click the simulated F key to complete your task. So patient profile entry procedures, you have to log in. So before we can do that, you have to create your account, have access to Course Navigator, then get into the NRX tutorial. Then you will log in. Search for the patient profile or create a new one. Create a new patient, enter personal information, medical information, and also insurance information. All right, so question. You should have read through the pages in Chapter 8, or Lab 8 rather. The patient profile information is very personal, so it is important for technicians to be blank when collecting the profile. Empathetic. So having empathy means feeling for the patient, being aware of, they might be embarrassed or they don't want people to overhear their information. In some pharmacy software programs, certain tasks can be quickly assessed by using the function keys, which are D, found along the top of the keyboard, and those are the F1 through F10 keys. All right, now let's talk specifically about the process of this lab. So in order to complete this lab and the remaining labs through 14, you're going to use Course Navigator to launch into an interactive tutorial.
Access to the publisher content will be through the Canvas course site.
Now that tutorial will take you, launch your browser and be able to follow the steps online. After you've completed the tutorial, you're going to follow those steps to complete the assessments for Lab 8.1, 2, 3, and so on. There's, I believe, 17. So when the NRX security screen appears, you log in. Your username is going to be student, and the login ID is going to be practice. Press the tab key, or not the tab key, the tab or the button of the login where my mouse is currently looking. So I would click on that to be able to log in. Step 4 on the RX processing task menu, you're going to click search, or you can press the F3. When the RX patient search screen first appears, type the patient's name with their last name, comma, first name. And generally you're going to have a space between that comma and the first name. click Find, and the patient scan screen will appear. Because this patient is the only patient with this name and the patient is new to the pharmacy, no names are going to appear in your results. So click the new patient icon on the top toolbar to begin the processing of this patient. Continue using figure 8.1 to enter into the NRX system, following the categories of Mr. Donaldson's personal data in order: last name, comma, first name, full and exact address, phone number or phone numbers, birthday, email, and you can press tab on your computer to move between these fields. This software is a little, because it's trying to grade you, it's a little touch sensitive, so you have to make sure that you're typing exactly. If you put too many spaces or you put in foreign characters, it's going to kind of bounce you out and tell you that you're wrong. To add the primary care physician, you're going to click the double arrows to the right of the doctor field. When the prescriber record scan screen appears, look for the desired physician's name. If listed, double-click it or press the corresponding function key or that F key. If the physician's name is not listed, type it into the search field by the last name, first name format and click Find. When the desired physician name appears, double-click it or press the corresponding F key. So going on, click the Allergies button on the left menu bar. In cases where the patient has indicated having no drug allergies, you would type the exact phrase, no known drug allergies. Then press Enter and proceed to step 10. And this is what the patient information page looks like. So you're going to type their last name, their first name, their middle initial, their address, the city, the state, the zip, phone number, social security number, their gender, their birth date, alternate phone numbers, their physician. There we go, allergies. So when the allergy field appears, click the correct allergy name or no known drug allergies, and then click Add. Cross-check that the allergies on the patient profile form are the same as those listed in the on-screen in the allergy currently selected field. Click Save at the top of the toolbar. Click the Medication Condition button on the left menu bar and search for the ICD-10 or medical condition field and type the name of the patient's medical condition or the exact phrase, no known medical conditions, if the patient has checked that item on the patient form. Press Enter. If the condition does not appear, check your spelling and revise as needed. Now, I want you to note, as you're going through these steps, keep your book right there and follow just as the book is telling you. It walks you through every single one of these steps. When the appropriate medical condition appears on the select from the following medical condition field, click the correct phrase and condition name and click Add. So you'll click on the correct one and then click Add. Cross-check reported medical conditions on the patient profile form with those listed on the screen in the medical conditions currently selected field. When you are satisfied that it is complete, click Save at the top of the toolbar. To add payment information to the patient's record, you will need to have the patient's insurance card, which is provided to the patient by the insurance carrier. So here we have an example of an insurance card. And you're going to look at figure 8.1 in your book for an example of what an insurance card may look like, just like the one on the previous screen. For the purposes of our lab, the payment plan name appears above the words insurance card. So we'll go back here. So this one would be public aid. So that's where you're going to find what the plan is. Not all insurance cards are the same, so sometimes finding information is a little tricky, but all the same information is generally on an insurance card. It's just they may not look exactly alike between two different carriers. Click the New on the top toolbar and the blank patient insurance record will appear. Click the double arrows to the right of the payment plan field for a list of available price plans. So we've got that double arrow key here. And that one was public aid, so we would have selected public aid. In the price plan scan screen, say that 10 times fast. Select the desired price plan by double-clicking the plan name or by pressing the corresponding F key. If the desired plan is not shown in the alphabetical list currently on screen, you may search within the available plans by typing the full plan name or the word cash for cash payment for a patient in the blank search criteria. Leave description in the adjacent drop-down menu and click the find or press enter. When your choices appear, double-click the correct plan name or the cash pricing category or the correct F key. The patient insurance record screen will return and you will enter 3 additional items from the patient's insurance card. If you are processing a cash plan patient and selected cash pricing in the previous step, you would simply click Save at the top of the toolbar and proceed to step 18. For all other patients, first click on the ID number field. So the policy ID number field is up here at the top, and then type their number and then press Tab. Next, type the group name or the group number field, or number in the group. So let's look here. So there's the group number field over here on the right side. So you would type in the group number, unless the insurance card indicates none for the group, in which case you should leave the group number field blank. Then for the relationship data, so we'll go back one more time and we'll see. So here, that's a pull down menu right under the group number. You're going to pick what relationship it is. 00 is not specified. I believe 0 is cardholder, 1 is spouse, so on and so forth. And then when you've entered that information, you will click Save on the top toolbar. The patient's record is now complete. Press Escape or click the small black X next to the small black question mark in the upper right corner of the insurance record screen. The patient payment information screen and the newly added plan will be briefly displayed. The tutorial will end. Click Close to close the tutorial and return to the course navigator, and then repeat steps 2 through 19 to complete the assessments 8.1 through 8.12. So again, use your book. Follow along every step as you're doing it. So now you're going to get your hands onto a computer and enter the patient information. Like the file in the doctor's office, the computerized profile contains all of the patient's medical information. The pharmacy must always have easy access to view or update the profile, especially when patients wish to update their information. And your role in entering and keeping accurate, up-to-date computerized patient profiles is vital for helping the pharmacy manage patients' medication therapy.